I wanted to cover two more things when it came to Indiana football. The first one I meant to mention when we talked about Sig's Hoosiers Connect interview. Elijah Surratt on Hoosiers Connect dropped today. He's a new dog dad. That's an awesome interview. Go check that out. And then I wanted to, because we haven't got a ton of information. There hasn't been a ton of insight. Obviously, this is a Kurt Cignetti, Mike Shanahan led offense. But we did have Tino Sinceri depart the program. He's now the offensive coordinator at UCLA. And so the quarterback coach, Chandler Whitmer, is different this year. And so reports have been good from what's come out, but we haven't had much. So kind of do you expect anything to be different? Is that kind of a red flag for you, or is it kind of just business as usual? Like,
yeah, I expect him to kind of run his own room. I imagine he's going to take some sort of inspiration. Like Cignetti was Tino's mentor. Now Cignetti is Chandler Whitmer's mentor when it comes to developing quarterbacks. Like Cignetti is going to be heavily involved. That's not going to change. Like we talked about when he was hired, great resume. He's an NFL guy. Like if he wants to do his own thing and implement his own culture in that room and get rid of the sniper mentality, like have at it. I think there's something to be said with the sniper mentality, because I think it's about, picking your spots and being a smart quarterback is really, what that's all about. And obviously making big plays and just being decisive. I think obviously that's obviously things like concepts he's going to be coaching and making sure the offense lives off of. But yeah, if he wants to use different lingo, like that's fine. And he's gonna. I'm very high on Chandler Whitmer. He's gonna be. Yeah, I'm not promising he's gonna be Tino Sinceri, who's awesome, but yeah, I think he's gonna be a great quarterbacks coach at the very least. I don't know how great he's gonna be in the recruiting world, but he's gonna be very solid when it comes to coaching and developing quarterbacks. And obviously as guys from last year's group, Mendoza and Cherry, that were in that staff last year, and they're bringing kind of the continuity back because that room took a lot of turnover last year. This offseason.
The early returns when it comes to recruiting are good. They're very much in the race for 4-star Brody McWhorter, who's very highly regarded in the class of 26. So we'll see if they can end up like bringing him back around, but like early returns are good. So like you said, it's a much different voice, but NFL background, worked with a lot of really talented quarterbacks. Like if he's got Sig's cosign, he's got our cosign. So yeah, just excited to see what those differences end up being and how that plays out over the next couple months. Definitely something we'll be looking at.
Yeah. Yeah. How will Mendoza, how well will he understand and learn this offense is really what it's all about, and making sure, Chandler's up to speed with that. And, leaning on Shanahan and Cignetti to get these things done is going to be super important. And I don't think he'd be brought in if he was some ego guy. And, with some, you think BMS, the hot shot coordinator they brought in from Stanford in like the last season, like him, like, I don't think he's that guy. So that's honestly more Tino coming in. I think about it, but yeah. I think it's gonna be a great room. Obviously, I think it's pretty set. Like I think what's great about it is that I think they all know what their roles are gonna be. I think it's Mendoza 1, Wilson 2, Little Mendoza 3, Bella at the 4, and then Maverick Geski's the 5. Cherry's the consultant.
Then, get well soon. Another unfortunate late season injury.
Yeah. So is Cherry not using eligibility? Like, is he gonna be a redshirt freshman next year?
He's not even on the roster. He's a coach.
That's so smart.
He's not taking a scholarship spot, and I don't believe he's using up eligibility.
Yeah, he probably has NIL to pay for school. It's probably a genius. It's very, very smart. Awesome. Oh, he might not be able to get NIL. He might be paying for school.
No, NIL is not specific to a sport. NIL is just the ability to make money off of your name.
Oh, then it's definitely getting NIL. Then it's a loophole.
I would hope so.
A loophole.
But yeah, that's
what it's all about. So it's got to be for the kids, right? He's got to go be able to pay for books. He's got to be able to go to Right Quad and get some chicken tenders. He's got to enjoy the college experience.
That's all I got for Indiana football, Brad. You got anything to add?
No. I think excited for spring. They're not going to bang too much. Praying for no injuries, and just really productive. You know, kind of like the vibes last year where it was just like everyone knows what to do. This is how we practice. Just making sure everything's right, and instilling the culture to these young guys, I think, is really important in terms of like how you approach spring. I think that needs to be kind of called out as they go through the process, like making sure these kids are up to speed. Like, this is how we do spring. It's very, very focused. You're going to make sure you make no mistakes, and you're going to play very, very smart, fast football, relentless, physical, all those things all the time.
Speaking of the spring game, it's moved. It got moved. So the new updated spring game is now April 17th at 8 p.m. People have speculated that's now going to lead to Big Ten Network coverage and a little bit of a bigger spotlight on the program. But it did move up. So it was going to be that Friday or Saturday. It was supposed to be the 19th. It's now the 17th. So if you made plans to travel and didn't know that, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's Indiana football.
So it's going to be April 17th or March 17th?
Yeah, April 17th. March 17th would be like next week. That'd be insane.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say.
We'll have more updates next week. We'll have recruiting updates as they come. We'll talk about transfer portal stuff. Like, we'll have spring updates, and as more people come to the podium. The only thing that does it sucks a little bit about spring ball is that they're not at the podium as frequently. And so, like, you're not getting like a regular podcast. Like, you're not going to see regular appearances. You're going to get like very spotty media appearances. So I'll have to hunt and drag for information. But that's what we do. And we'll be talking Indiana football. But
at least they're having a spring game. That's cool.
Yeah, hopefully, and I'm not eating my words yet.
It's good. It's good. Yeah, I don't think any of our guys are going to get poached. That would suck. I bet tampering's going on, but like, if you're already on SIG's roster, like, you're clearly just like very, very. I don't think he'll take you if you're not like talking to portal guys.
You're either in or you're out. I mean, you saw it.
Yeah, fucking.
Well, and not to continue to bring him up, because it's just like, I don't like no ill will towards Donovan McCulley. Like, he did what he had to do, right? But like, you're either in or you're out. Like, it was very, very clear. It's like, you're either with the program or you're not with the program. If you're not with the program, like, you can continue to be a student at Indiana University, but you're not going to be around the football team.
Yeah.
So
100%.